chapter advisors from the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Thank you for your patience with us. It's always a little tricky lining up this many students, so we appreciate your patience. We would like to welcome you to the 2026 Nashoba Valley Technical High School National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society induction ceremony. Alicia Spinney, my co-advisor, has just lit the candle of knowledge, which is the central theme of the National Honor Society. Knowledge is an ongoing process that is influenced, redefined, and strengthened each day by the variety of experiences we undertake. Each student being recognized tonight has acquired a wide and diversified scope of knowledge during their school years. When they combine this knowledge with the qualities of scholarship, community service, leadership, and character, the National Honor Society recognizes the student. The National Honor Society is a national organization founded in 1921 by the National Association of Secondary Principals. Its goal is to promote high academic standards and the betterment of students and their schools. Throughout the United States, there are more than 20,000 chapters of the National Honor Society. Nashoba's chapter was first chartered in 1985, and this is our 41st induction ceremony. The first step for recognition by the National Honor Society requires that the student must meet the following criteria for consideration. The candidate will be a junior or senior who has achieved an overall 85% cumulative grade point average. The candidate must meet the attendance and conduct policies of Nashoba Valley Technical High School as outlined in the current student handbook. They must demonstrate a contribution towards community service hours, which may be above and beyond the graduation requirement of 20 hours. It should be noted that this year's inductees have completed a total of 3,337 hours of community service during their time at Nashoba. The candidate must also demonstrate leadership skills and be of good character. Secondly, candidates must submit an application in which the student states their leadership, extracurricular activities, and community service work. From this point, their applications, along with their grades and attendance records, are submitted to a faculty council for review. Each year, current members must reapply and meet the previously listed criteria in order to continue to be members in good standing. Tonight, newly inducted National Honor Society members will get a pin that is to be worn at graduation, and senior National Honor Society members will receive their honorary cord, which is also to be worn at graduation. There is a separate application for the National Technical Honor Society, for which only juniors and seniors are eligible. Juniors and seniors who apply for the National Technical Honor Society must have an overall cumulative average of 85% in their technical program and also must undergo an application process. National Technical Honor Society applications are also reviewed and voted upon by the Faculty Council. I always like to pause here and just make note that anyone who is getting, any of our students that are getting inducted into the National Technical Honor Society receives what looks like a book. Inside is their tassel and their pin that's needed for graduation. So some of our students that are juniors need to put that in a safe place so they have that for their senior graduation. Tonight we're pleased to recognize a total of 81 students into the National Honor Society and/or the National Technical Honor Society. We recognize them for their accomplishments and are honored to induct them into both honor societies. The center of the induction ceremony is the lighting of 4 candles that symbolize the specific qualities that make up the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society. Tonight, Sydney Rakita, a senior in automotive collision repair and refinishing, who is being inducted tonight into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society, will do the first reading on scholarship.
student is willing to spend hours in reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understanding the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Vincenzo Urbina, a senior in the Culinary Arts, who's being inducted tonight into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society, will do our second reading on leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school in taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities. The real leader strives to train and others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead is a meaningful and positive charge to each of our members.
Amelia Smilovitz, a senior in engineering, who is being inducted tonight into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society, will do our third reading on service.
Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or public recognition, is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Lena Wilcox, a senior in TV and Media Production Theater Arts, who is being inducted tonight to the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society, will do our fourth reading on character.
Character is the force within each individual, which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality and conveys respect for one another. It is this force of character which guides one through life and, when developed, grows steadily. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. We must be in reality when we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Vincenzo, Amelia, and Lena. At this time, we would like to ask Principal Jeremy Slotnick to come forward to present the certificates to the inducted members of the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Please note that we'll be reading the names of all the inductees, even though some of them may not be here to attend the ceremony. Alana Alden, Senior in Veterinary Assisting, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Vincenzo Arena, Senior in Culinary Arts, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Delaney Auger, Senior in Dental Assisting, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Shannon Barzik, Junior in Cosmetology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Sarah Bartos, Senior in Culinary Arts, is being Shad Ben Lawson, Senior in Veterinary Assisting, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Henry Grady, Junior in Design and Visual Communications, Matthew Bazinski, Junior in Engineering, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Luis Burgos, Senior in Hospitality, is being Hayden Cares, Senior in Electrical Technology, is being Danielle Carlson, Senior in Marketing, is being inducted to the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Shannon Casey, Senior in Culinary Arts, is being inducted to the National Honor Society. James Conway, Senior in Advanced Manufacturing, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Society. Ryan Cormier, Junior in Design and Visual Communications, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Matthew Costos, Senior in Electrical Technology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Society. Nathan Costos, Senior in Electrical Technology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Elijah Pluto, Senior in Engineering, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Emily Crampton, Junior in Early Childhood Education, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Philip Delorto, Senior in Programming and Web Development, Davio DeLuca, Junior in Electrical Technology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Reese Desmajor, Senior in Engineering, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. William Damaris, Senior in Engineering, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Kiana Ducharme, Senior in Cosmetology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Emma Arian, Senior in Design and Visual Communications, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Rowan Finley, Senior in Electrical Technology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Alana Flowers, Senior in Automotive Technology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Matthew Fogg, Junior in Engineering, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. And Marguerite Galvin, Senior in Riley Gary, Senior in and Jackson Jansky, Junior in Programming and Web Development, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Robin Gordon, Senior in TV Media Production Theater Arts, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Vanessa Hajna, Senior in Marketing, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Jillian Hecking, Junior in Veterinary Assistant, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Madeline Hebert, Senior in TV Media Production Theater Arts, is being inducted. Andrew Henderson, Junior in TV Media Production Theater Arts, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Isabella Iovino, Junior in Programming and Web Development, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Jaden Jean, Junior in Design and Visual Communication, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Erin Jewer Lyles, Senior in Design and Visual Communication, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Nicole Johnson, Junior in Automotive Collision and Repair, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Joshua Knight, Senior in Annabelle Lampros, Senior in Design and Visual Communications, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Society. Kristen Landers, Senior in Early Childhood Education, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Alexander Lau, Senior in Veterinary Assistant, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society.
senior and dental assistant, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Tristan McDermott, senior in carpentry, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Alana McMahon, senior in health assisting, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Kaylin McMahon, senior in health assisting, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Sean Mills, senior. Christian Montalvo, senior in automotive technology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Miguel Montalvo, senior in health assisting, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Kira Morrison, junior in Dana Murphy, senior in culinary arts. Eric Nicholson, senior in Tyler Nolan, junior in automotive technology, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Shayla O'Donnell, senior in veterinary assisting, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Riley Olson, junior in health Adrian Porcel, senior in design and visual communication. Ricky Pagan, senior in Alessia Palmasano, senior National Honor Society. Liberty Plunkett, senior in health assisting, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Alexis Paleo, senior in cosmetology, is being inducted into the Maria Rosende, senior in marketing, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Alice Robinson, junior in health assisting. Lorraine Rodriguez, senior Sydney Rokita, senior in automotive Society. Adelina Santos, senior Matthew Cerrone, senior in carpentry. Callie Smeo, senior in TV media. Jackson Clare, senior. Jack Sloboda, senior in electrical. Amelia Smilovitz, senior in engineering. Aaliyah Smith, senior in culinary arts. Olivia Stapleton, senior in veterinary assistant, is being inducted into the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. Kevin Stifler, senior Keegan Strykowski, senior in Samantha Thomas, junior and veterinary assistant, is being inducted into the National Honor Society. Annabella Wiggins, senior in Lena Wilcox, senior in CBQ. In closing, we would like to ask that all inducted members stand and recite the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society pledge. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society, to which I have been selected, striving in every way by words and deeds to make its ideals the ideals of my school and of my life. I will be loyal to my school and will remain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Please join us in giving all of our inductees a round of applause. Congratulations to you all, and thank you for attending the 2026 National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society induction ceremony. We ask that all guests remain seated until the inductees have been dismissed from the auditorium. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.